This is the Godox Lux Senior flash. It is super compact, has this really rad retro look to it, and I like it way more than I expected. Alright, so let me tell you why I got this in the first place. I was going home for Christmas and I decided to take the Fujifilm X-T5 because right now I just enjoy shooting photos with this more than any other camera. But I needed some kind of flash solution because it's just a dark environment where I was going. And I didn't want to spend a ton of money on that, and I know Godox makes all those great speed lights and they're super affordable for what you get. They're awesome. I love Godox. This is a Godox flash right here. But I didn't want to spend that kind of money. You know, the V1 is awesome or whatever they call the other ones, but I just wanted to spend something less. And I initially saw the smaller version of this one called the Lux Junior, and it was perfect. Retro look, would fit very compactly on here, but I couldn't get it in time. So then I discovered this guy, and it is just, it's an odd flash. It's very harsh light. It's not very practical, but for like the retro aesthetic and feel that you have with the X-T5, this just kind of complements it nicely. I mean, in 2024, this looks ridiculous, and I love it. So the Lux Senior comes in right around $100. It's compatible with any camera because it doesn't have any dedicated connections. You know, like with other speed lights, you need to get a brand specific one. Don't need that on here. And it's actually compatible with film cameras as well. You can plug in through there, and right above that there's a USB-C port where you can charge this thing, which is awesome. The smaller version takes batteries, so this is super cool that you can just plug this in and charge it up. All right, so let's talk about how this thing works, because it's kind of complicated, but it's not. One thing you need to know about the Lux Senior is that it's a forward-facing flash, so it's going to be a really harsh light, and if you don't like that kind of look, then this is not the flash for you. And you can use this thing in a couple different ways. There's an auto mode, which that's no fun. And then there's this manual mode, which has these dials, and it looks really overwhelming and confusing at first, but you just kind of got to goof around with it and figure it out a little bit. It tells you the strength of the flash. You're supposed to adjust the distance that you are from your subject, what your ISO is, what your aperture is. It looks very confusing. It really does, but you just got to kind of dial in the look you're going for. You're not going to mess up. Don't let that intimidate you, because I'm sure that a lot of people see that and like, I don't know how to use this. You'll get a grasp for it. You'll figure it out. Everything will be fine. You can also connect this with other flashes if you wanted to do a dual attack. I don't know why you'd want to do that, but you can if you want. So I took this home for Christmas, and honestly, it was a lot of fun to use. You combine this with some Fujifilm recipes and you get a really cool throwback look without really having to do anything. So if you're going for a 90s vibe, this is like a cheat code. Plus, there's something about retro gear that just makes it less intimidating to people. Like when I'm around my nieces and nephews and I use a Fujifilm camera, and then especially this, they are way more willing to want to have their photo taken or be in a video or whatever, just because this kind of looks like a toy. If I would bring one of my big Canon cameras, it looks just too professional, and it's just too much for people. So to really see what the Godox Lux Senior can do, I wanted to do a more proper photo shoot. Not anywhere spectacular, just around the place here. Just getting like shots that have that cool retro feel. And instead of doing the retro feel with the recipes, which I'll show you some of those shots, how they came straight out of camera, I just wanted to edit them and see if this is actually a viable source, if this is something that you can actually take good photos with, or if it's just too gimmicky, you know? So yeah, I love the JPEGs that come out of camera with this, and using the Fujifilm recipes, it's awesome. But with some of these edits, I was actually really impressed. I gave some kind of a filmic, cinematic look, and the flash just made it easy. And when I wanted a more modern edit, there's a piece of cake. So yeah, I dig those photos. There's just something about this harsh light that's just right directly on your subject that it gives it a vibe. Real quick note, when you're packing this thing up to put it away, this bulb, don't touch it with your fingers. You don't want to get any like grease on or anything. So just use your shirt, just any cloth, anything you have to push that in. So to wrap this all up, if you're looking for a practical setup in the year 2024, this is not it. But if you want something fun that's different and just, I don't even know, it's just wild. This is a very cool flash, and it's so compact. Look how small this thing is. When you break this thing down, and you just have it in like travel form, and you compare it to the size of a Canon flash, I mean, it's not even close. It's tiny, but these are used for two entirely different things. And it actually comes with this cool little carrying pouch as well. So drop that in there, put it in your bag, good to go. But yeah, with the whole retro aesthetic that's super in right now, especially that kind of 90s flash look, this is a really great option, and you combine it with a Fujifilm camera and the recipe of your choice. It's so easy to get just this throwback look, and it's a lot of fun to use. I definitely do not recommend this for everyone because I don't know how much use you'll actually get out of it. I don't know how much use I'll get out of it. It worked great for the scenario I wanted it for Christmas, and now I see that it can be a fun tool as well in an actual photo shoot. But if you just want something fun, this is a great option. So, have you tried the Godox Lux Senior or the Lux Junior? If you have, let me know how the Junior is, because I haven't yet, and I'm kind of interested in picking that up. It's only like 60 bucks. Appreciate you checking out the video. Please like and subscribe if you haven't done so yet. Comment below your thoughts on this bad boy. If you have one, if you want one, if you have any questions, let me know, and I will see you next time. Why is this just so satisfying? I love it.